Huh?
Traveling to Dorado.
I don't hit this.
You can't escape.
Fucking this. Hey, let's go. What's up, Tamaway?
Now traveling to Kanizaka. Enemy needs 15 kills to win.
Can't tell if it's wireless. Yes, it is. Okay.
We made this mess. Time to clean it up.
Jesus.
They'll regret that.
Wait, where's my Q? There's the Q. Okay. Get Windstream. While I wait, I shall practice coding.
One of the first things I want to now, if you head over to the course resources, you'll be able to find a link to this first code exercise. And the idea is that you're going to create basically a virtual coin toss program so that when you run the code, it should give you tails or heads depending on which random number was generated. Try to use what you've learned in the previous lesson to complete this challenge. First things I want to talk about is randomization. And this is a concept that means on video from the Khan Academy let a whole bunch of functions that you can use that show us in the code snippet here that generate
Import random. Import random. The import dot random. Is that it? Remember. Yeah, import random. Okay. So why is it giving me an error? Random imported but unused. Oh, okay. G random int between 1 and 200. So I just want to do 1 and 2.
Welcome to Oasis. Only in unity will we find strength.
Do not get in my way.
We must all find a cause worth fighting for.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective. I was made to protect, and I shall. The world still needs defending.
Claiming the objective. Assist me. Misery made manifest. You cannot escape me.
Healing requested.
Helping you out.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on?
Still needs defending.
not much. Sorry, I was away from my computer.
Alright.
You cannot escape me.
I am looking down.
Wither away.
Oh shit. Hey Widow, would you maybe do damage? Maybe?
Nah, that's asking a lot.
I learn from my mistakes.
Widow, can you maybe switch to something useful?
No one can hide from my sight.
Well, I just got melted. I want to have my ult again? Are you kidding me? Holy shit.
My allies need me.
Nanoboost administered.
Why?
What?
They just nanoed the widow.
Oh, is they? I didn't notice that.
Oh, she's about to get fucking. Yep. Wow.
Widow, stop being bad, please.
I learn from my mistakes.
Helping you out.
Your Moira has double your damage. Actually, she is over the amount of my damage, so I can't.
Para reporting.
Oh, they swapped.
Meteor strike.
Best round lost.
Hey, baby. What you doing?
I'm just chilling.
0-1.
The first time I flew this suit, I crashed. I don't crash anymore.
That's
Sounds
not
like
true.
A toddler.
I'll see this.
Yeah.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
So, like, focused on flanking them that he's not doing anything. There you go. There you go. Now you're thinking of portals.
I will never rest.
Randomly got somebody. Just hang out in the corner there for a little bit. Doomfist. I just harpooned 2 people with the same fucking. No, I didn't. Okay.
That would be amazing. Just shish kebabbing him.
Yeah.
Cannot escape me.
Get into this groove.
Oh. Oh, alright.
No healers to be found around me.
For if I thank you.
Is your Moira still DPSing? Yeah.
Very much so. Which
Oh, I'd be pissed.
ah. I have a spear.
You cannot escape me.
I have a spear.
Oh jeez, is he about to get killed by 2 healers? Got killed by Mercy.
One.
It's the second time that Mercy's killed him.
Score 1-1.
I don't need this tip.
Another day, another mission. Man, I'm so excited.
Oh, we're in the thick of it now.
Your end is within my reach.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective. I need to be healed. Step back.
Ooh, you're both in a corner here. Don't mind if I do.
Systems repair. I will overcome any challenge.
Your end is within my reach.
Systems restored.
Fucking immortality field.
R.I.P.
Re-evaluating. Re-engaging.
Down! Not a chance! Setting out the welcome mat!
My allies need me.
Jesus, their soldiers doing a lot of damage.
Advancing.
Oh shit.
Let us take it.
Here, Mercy, I have a spear for you. Ah.
Nice.
Victory.
Oh, what a spear accuracy.
Of the game.
Javelin damage 4,000.
That's crazy.
Literally half of my damage is pretty much it's just from javelins.
Spears. Whoa, that was weird.
Sending me notifications. The fuck? The fuck just charged me $160. The fuck just cost me money?
Like real money or like in-game money?
Like real money.
Oof.
Yeah, once shit comes out and you don't know about it.
Yeah. I had the opposite happen today and I was like, why do I suddenly have way more money in my account than I thought I did? And then I remembered taxes and I was like, fuck
Oh.
yes! A tax return came in.
Well, it says deposit, but I thought it was. Oh, maybe I did get paid for something. I don't know.
There you go.
It said there was a deposit, but I thought I'm on some Stripe. Huh. Oh, it must have been some personal training stuff. Ooh. So I've been basically I've been broke since I got my paycheck Friday, and I've been broke since like Monday because I had to shell out a bunch of money for a bunch of shit. So it was like it started like hitting my overdraft protection stuff. So it like says that I have a says I have like a like it'll be like, oh, you got a deposit of like $10. It's really just hitting the overdraft protection. So it's like
You're
positing
like,
$10 in my
cool.
yeah. So it said something about a deposit of $160. I was like, what the fuck is this? But it was because it was personal training stuff.
That's cool.
Oh, random integer is equal to random dot rand int.
After this game, I have to do physical therapy, and then I will come
Okay.
back.
Int. One comma two. This work?
What in the world are you doing? What is that?
Python? Trying to learn Python.
Oh, that's cool.
That work? Print. And run. Oh, how do I type it right? I can't see what just it's saying. Last day for this season, and I'm not winning. For what season? For Overwatch? Okay.
I should probably play some comp today too. I don't even know where I'm at.
Okay, what does this need to say for me to? Yeah, I've been trying to learn. I've learned how to. I wanted to learn for like the longest time how to code Python stuff, or at least code something. But, like, it's been really annoying. It's like I've like quit like 5 times, but this time I've like actually gotten further than I have in the past. So
Well, hell yeah.
Royale. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
We made this mess. Time to clean it up.
what's up, everybody? Not many people that talk in voice chat on this game so far. I don't know why.
30 seconds.
Right?
Like the first day there was, and then like after that, it's like nobody.
Yeah, I agree. The first day, I feel like everybody.
Everyone's like, "Oh, this is so hype! Whoa, it's cool." I'm not a huge fan of this map. I feel like the choke is too like close.
Yeah, agreed.
One.
I've actually never played on this side, though. I've only played on the other side. Oh! I got fucking echo balls in my face, and then Genji'd, and it's just deleted.
Jesus, fuck. Yeah, I got fucking,
You're too far from me!
And then like it's really confusing up in like the area where like there's not like a marking where the first checkpoint is. It's just kind of like there.
It just happens, yeah. Oh, this Genji. He's one! Oh, God. Oh my god.
Echo's one.
Oh dear.
Got punched by Genji to death.
R.I.P.
Still got some fight in me.
This really reminds me of a Call of Duty map, too. I can't heal you if you're over there. I don't have any more P.
What's annoying with some of the like with only having one tank sometimes is oh shit, 2 tanks.
Yeah, I don't know that I like it with just one tank.
I don't mind it with one tank, but the thing that it is that it's like there's some characters that like Genji, for instance. Well, who counters Genji? Monkey. Like that's the biggest counter, and like so you can't counter evenly because
Yeah.
like because
agreed.
if your
And then you're down.
if your
like,
monkey won't switch
Oh, there we go.
or if your tank won't switch, you're fucked.
tank won't switch, yeah. Agreed. Nice, nice.
Have you played with like Super Daddy or whatever his name is, Super Dad?
I don't think so.
Oh, he's just said on the chat, but he's on Facebook, and he's mentioned he said I can't wait for open queue so I can queue 3 tanks and 2 supports and just roll everything.
Yes. Oh, sweet merciful God. Oh, Jesus. This echo. Problem. You! Fucking die.
Sic transit gloria.
My next door's cooking something. It smells really good.
Oh! Oh, R.I.P. Oh, I died.
Well, yeah, I have somebody on YouTube watching too. I never have that.
Redeploying.
We need to group the fuck up. We're really spread apart. Like, we're not even like we're at the choke. Like right here, I feel like is where they designed the choke to be, but everyone just holds like really far up.
Whoa, whoa!
I've got meds. Who needs them?
about to have ult again. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this map at all.
Like, they are in our spawn.
Yeah.
60 seconds remaining.
I feel like they designed people to like hang up there as high ground, up on the bridge as high ground and stuff like that, and instead people like hold on right at the corner.
Holy shit.
Like this map itself probably wouldn't be bad with 2 tanks because it feels like the choke you need those shields, those barriers.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, this fucking map is garbage.
Yeah, I've never played on this side. This is dookie.
10 seconds remaining.
Gotta try what we did.
Oh shit.
And we had somebody leave.
There was no way.
What the hell was y'all doing all game, goddamn? Goddamn.
Yeah, because it's us.
What?
Alright, I gotta go do physical therapy.
Okay.
Play of
I
the
will be
game.
back.
Alright. Talk to you soon.
See you later.
Alright. 5 stack open. You. This game. So. Game looks like dog shit now. I think the game is good. I don't mind that map was a little fucking stupid. I'm not a big fan of that map. Oh, freaking going to bed. Lost every game. Placements tomorrow though. Oh, placements are tomorrow. Yeah. Well, good night, man. Have a good night. Have a good one. Hey, what is this? Good challenge day 4. What does it needs to say? Example, heads or tails. Okay, that's it. If random int equal to when did you start? When did I start what? Playing? Is equal to 1. Oh, I don't know, like 20 minutes ago. Brilliant. Heads. Else. Prince. Print. Tails. Run. Oh, I don't need it to print the random integer. Heads. Head, tails, 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 heads, tails. Okay, sweet. I did it. Let's put it in the code challenging room. Open assignment. Print. Run. Create a seed number. Why is it asking me for a seed number? What? How come this is running differently on here? Oh, because I didn't put in import random. Is that what it was? Yeah, no, import equals. I didn't get that line of code. Why does it ask me for a seed number still? What the fuck? Zero score. I don't understand. I feel like this isn't the right thing. Heads or tails? Did I put it in the wrong coding challenge room? Must have. Leave. Open assignment workspace. Don't change the code below this. Test seed equals integer inputs. Create seed. That was not on the other fucking replit. I don't understand.
Now entering King's Row. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
What do you mean, when did I start? When did I start streaming? Yeah, 20 minutes maybe. Actually, I can look right here. It says 48 minutes. There we go.
Only in unity will we find strength.
Why is this code?
Turret check, backup turret check. Second through fourth backup turrets check, check, and check.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
I heard you chased Doomfist out of Numbani.
Making a coward run is no challenge.
We could have used you in the old days.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Anna checking in.
Trust in each other and we won't fail.
Fuck. What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
What up, my brother?
A capture.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, stinky.
that a mech over here?
Tactical visor
Yeah.
Steamrolled.
Emote, bat chest.
Play of the game.
All right. Well. But, oh fucking Christ. I forgot I need to change this to capitalized. Heads, tails. You know, she could have written code that did that. Would have checked that. A bit. What? Is seed number 10? What? Expected tails. Actual heads. So they want me to put tails? Heads? I don't fucking understand. It's doing... Okay, apparently, yeah. Me, heads, 0, tails. Okay. Stupid. Whatever. Next. Next.
Between 1 and 10. And now we can go ahead and challenge. So pause the video now and give that a go. Alright, let's go through the solution together. So first, make sure you forked your copy of the exercise so that it's under your own username. And then we're going to go to main.py where we always write our code. Now, in order to use the random module, we first have to import it. So the module is called random, so we write import random. And now using the random module, we can now tap into randint, which will generate a random integer between a starting number and a ending number, and it's inclusive of both numbers. So let's call this the random side. And using this random side, we can use an if statement to check, well, if the random side that was generated is equal to 1, well, in that case, that means we should print that we generated heads. So that's the part of the coin which normally shows a person's face. Now we can use else to catch the situation where we get a 0, and in this case, we'll print tails instead. So that's all there is to it. And of course, as always, there are many ways that you could solve this challenge, or if you do it using what we learned in the previous lesson. So how did you get on with it? Errors, you actually understand what's going on, and we can proceed. Hey guys, today I want to talk about something that is really important, and you're going to use many times in the future. And this is the concept of the Python list. And the list is what you would call a data structure. What does that mean? Well, it's just a way of organizing and storing data in Python. Now, we've already seen ways of storing single pieces of data, and that was done through the simple variable, where we just said A is equal to 3 or B is equal to hello, but that's just storing one piece of data, right? Be it a number or a string. But sometimes you might want to store grouped pieces of data, data that has some sort of connection with each other. For example, if you wanted to store all of the names of the states in the US, then it doesn't really make sense to store them all individually because they kind of belong together, right? They have a relationship to each other. So it would be nice if you had a variable that was called states in the US, and then you would be able to store all of the names of the states together in one variable. Now, in other cases, you might also want to have order in your data. So, for example, if you are storing all of the people in a virtual queue, then you want to be able to keep hold of the order in which they join the queue. You don't want to let the last person somehow skip the queue because you don't have a good data structure, right? This is why we need to learn about lists. And lists look pretty simple. It's just a set of square brackets with many items stored inside. And those items can be any data type. They can even have mixed data types, like you could store strings together with numbers, or a set of booleans. It doesn't really matter. But what does matter is the syntax. In Python, lists always start with a open square bracket, like this, and a closing square bracket, like this. And then in between, you have your items separated by a comma. So pretty simple. In order to store it inside a variable, then it's the same way as we've done before. The only difference is the right-hand side of the equal sign. This is the list data structure. If we stored a bunch of fruits, for example,
select your hero.
What's up, everybody?
Only in unity will we find strength.
And slide. Another day, another mission. Man, I'm so excited.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Follow my lead. I'll make sure this goes.
I was like, they have Zarya.
We must all find a cause worth fighting for.
Low key. Out of the beta. Really? Oh shit, I fell.
Not so fast. Stop the payload. Mission on the way. I need to be healed. Enemy turret ahead.
Fucking Christ.
Missteps still lead forward.
I go out on my terms.
Going back to the original's tough, I don't know. Fuck, man. I think it's a bit of, because of some of the things are still undertuned or overtuned in aspects. Like, I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like, I just like playing Arisa because she's fucking overpowered as fuck, so I feel like I get tons of value. Just play the overpowered shit, man. That's what I do. Like I play, what do I play? I play Moira, I play Orisa. I'm not playing Mercy because she sucks balls right now. I'm not playing, at least not much. Oh, they all walked out. Playing Moira, Orisa, a little bit of Brig. I just found what the fucking beta meta meta beta is, and just roll with it. Lucio. I need heals.
They will not break.
Dire apparently seems really powerful. See her every fucking second.
Threat neutralized.
Where the fuck you going? Where the fuck you going? Nowhere. Oh, there's a turret up there. Like how it alerts you when you're targeted by that. Oh my god.
Reevaluating, re-engaging. Now to show them that I'm in business. Threats defeated.
Oh my god, I'm so glad it didn't trigger my Q. I need healing. Fuck, I wait too long and they can't escape. I've heard that as a side effect of COVID. Somebody else was telling me that they had no appetite when they had COVID. Oh, you always wonder how I stay so thin. There you go. Jesus, 2 more minutes and shit. I have to over 24/7 bet.
It's go time.
Mercer just got fucked.
Cooling down.
Who's up there? Soldier? Nope, soldier right here.
Precision and control.
You had it that long already? Yeah, I guess so. I'm still surprised I still haven't gotten COVID yet. Like, I'm not careful by any means. I have a terrible habit of biting my nails, so you'd figured I'd like, pick it up immediately.
Supercharged and on fire. It's go time.
Join me. Remember that 30 seconds remaining.
Pull back, don't get greedy. We're gonna get 26 seconds and they'll roll us. Really, it wasn't anybody that like seems sus. Nice, I just there's no way that they're not gonna nerf that. That fucking ability to just walk through things like fucking butter.
Play of the game.
That's the exact reason I still get it. Yeah, I see. I've only the only place I wear a mask is work because I have to right now, and I don't even wear it there because I only have to wear it in like public areas. So I just like literally as soon as I walk into my office, I'm just like fucking off.
Then it might look something like.
Yeah, they made us again. They made it optional for a while, for like 2 weeks, and then there was like a surge in the county or whatever, so they made it required again. Yeah, see, when I wear my glasses, it fucking fogs them up nonstop, and it drives me fucking crazy. It's literally like the main reason I hate it. Speaking of, I should probably put these on so my eyes don't fucking die after being at the computer. Oh, that's nice.
Like this. Cherry apple pear, separated by a comma inside a set of square brackets. Let's take a look at this using real code. Now, I'm going to go ahead and comment out the code from our previous lesson on randomness, and you can do the same if you want to keep a note of the previous code and use it as sort of a live textbook where you can comment out the code or comment it back in order to see how it works, or you can delete it. It's totally up to you. Now, let's say that I wanted to store all of the names of the states of the US. Previously, without knowing about this list data structure, we might have written state 1 equals Delaware.
Mask upside down and put it my... Wait, what? Used to use the mask upside down and put it under my eye? So it don't get foggy? I'm not following. That works. Let's bring it here. Let's putting it upside down do anything. Ah. I guess that does work. Nope, still foggy. Under your eye. In fact, that fogs up more. Oh. Alright. Who was texting me earlier? I had this head cold for a week and I'm finally breaking it. And it's clearing out of my brain fog, such as sunlight. What? Oh, yeah. I worked from home to... I got an upgrade for my work computer today. For my H&R Block computer. I had to fucking wait. I didn't go to my other job today, even though it's salary, so it doesn't really matter. But I had to wait at home for the delivery because it's like one of those ones that they had to sign for. I finally got an update, so maybe I can actually fucking open up more than 2 things in Salesforce without it like crashing. Oh. But yeah, so today basically meant like taking a nap for most of the day, which really isn't different than when I'd be in the office, but um like literally when I'm in the office, like yeah, nap regardless, exactly. I sit there and I'm like, I'll have like nothing to do because fucking like 3 tickets will come in a day sometimes. And I'll just like kick my feet up on one chair and like close my door for most of the way. So like people know that I'm there so they can like knock on it if they need something. But I just like put my feet up on a second chair and then just like lay back. Oh shit, I need to clock out, don't I? Oh, what's it called? Timekeeping. HR block. Clock out. I don't know if we even have a break room. I don't think so. There's like the ARC is really weird. Like they have like all this shit like that's part of it that you wouldn't think is part of like the same company because like it's all like I don't know if they have them around everywhere. Oh, that's good. But they have all this like there's had a filed short-term disability. Really? That's crazy. It's 10 days max. Oh, okay. Is that at full pay? Because I know sometimes disability, it's like sometimes it's full pay, sometimes it's not. Nice. What was I saying? Oh, there's all this stuff that like that you like. It's really weird. It's really hard from a networking standpoint because it's like the ARC. I don't know if these are everywhere or if this is just like a New York State thing or something. But like the ARC or whatever, to use like special. That's like I can't remember what it stands for. Or maybe it doesn't stand for something. I don't really know. But it's like I think for like special needs people and stuff like that. So it's like a lot of medical stuff in like one department. Like they have like occupational therapy and like physical therapy and stuff like that for special needs individuals. And then, but then there's like stuff like they have like this like job thing for like special needs people, or they had, or it kind of looks like slavery to me, to be honest. Like they're like sitting there like packing like CO2 cartridges into boxes all day. Kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of weirds me out. Like I don't know. um, like they just look like they're like slaves or something. I don't really know. Like they're just like there sitting there like all these special needs people like packed in a box like looking all like sad like packing like CO2 cartridges into like boxes. I'm just like, is this like taking advantage of people or something? I guess they get paid or something, or like they get housed or something like that. I don't really know, but I feel uncomfortable walking down that area. And then they have like a stuff that's like not related to like special needs stuff at all. Like they have like a print shop where like they make like flyers and like business cards and shit like that, and that's just like ran by like 2 random people that work there. I don't really even know. And then they have a cafe that's just like on the street that like I would never know is even part of the same building, except for like you go through the back door, it is. And it's all part of like an ice cream shop and shit like that, and it's all part of like the same program. And then when they have all these houses that like where they house special needs people, and that's all part of the same network, so they're VPN'd in. And it's just really weird. Like from a networking standpoint, it's kind of crazy because like we have voice over IP for some stuff for like the main campus. Oh, then there's like a school for like special needs kids. There's like across the town. And they are VPN'd in. It's really weird. I don't know. It's so like from a networking standpoint, it's kind of crazy. There's all this random shit and like some stuff we have to do like apply that by that's like HIPAA and stuff like that, and then there's like stuff that like makes no sense that it has to apply by HIPAA, but it still has to because the whole network has to.
Traveling to Eichenwald.
Don't worry, I'll be right behind you. I'm Dinah Zeiter.
More to do, more to learn. Ascending.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Stay close.
Just what I was looking
I
for.
can't hear you if you stray.
All night for this mission. Well, maybe I gained a little too. Love, Diva. Oh yeah. No problem.
Humanity is shackled.
What was the voice line? I missed it. I was reading something on my phone.
Capture objective A.
Eyes open, everyone. Pain is inevitable. You will be renewed. Cure for all the ails.
Oh yeah, that's good. That should be just like a voice line you can spam.
Repairing your cellular network. I'm under attack. Enemy turret within my sight. Your strength becomes mine. Misery made manifest. Enemy radar contact.
Exactly. Well, insert voice line. Arana's doing a lot of shooting and not a lot of healing.
Mercy on call.
My condition is improved.
You're purple.
Enemy down.
It's fucking hard bashing Torb without a fucking way to really counter it.
Back online. I'm group by your side.
I'm with you.
Might have to switch something up, boys.
Enemy target located. Enhancing your vitals. Receive my aid. Surrender to my will.
Someone kill that turret, please.
I offer something more.
You can switch with me, baby.
No opposition is insurmountable.
Ah, let's keep doing the same thing over and over. It's clearly gonna work.
Garavargo. A welcome improvement. Cure for all the days. Preparing as I never make them. The enemy has placed a turret here.
60 seconds.
For the part. I need more. I am taking hold of the objective. Enemy turret has been
30 seconds.
cure for all the tales.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
Your end is within my reach. For the punch. I'm under attack.
Deleted. Eva, are you gonna ever use your fucking ult?
Evolution is a painful path to walk.
There she goes.
Your assistance is appreciated. I am ready to unleash coalescence.
This is ethical healing.
I am optimized. Surrender to my will. Energy protocols calibrated.
Oh.
Strong as the mountain. Are you in need of
Heroes never die.
I offer
Fall on your way. Oh, never mind. I bounced it off a wall.
cure for all the days.
Whoops, I meant to body block for him and I shifted. Faded out of the way of the hook. There's a turret up top. Touch point.
Evolution has a painful path to walk.
Enemy turret down.
Coming back. Oh, shoot it up. Ah, fuck, too late. See ya.
Play of the game.
What do I want to do?
State 2 equals Pennsylvania, and so on and so forth. And we would create as many variables as we have states. But now that we know about lists, then we can just create a single variable and we call it States of America. And now we can create a list by creating a set of square brackets. And inside those square brackets, we add our items. So again, the first item is the state of Delaware, which is going to be a string. And then we've got Pennsylvania, etc., etc. And we can continue this list just by adding commas, adding a piece of data, adding another comma.
That's just a
adding piece of
blank
data,
screen.
And this way we end
What
up
the
with
fuck?
a list data structure. Now, one of the interesting things
How
about
did I do
the
that?
United States is that the different states in the US actually joined the Union at different times. You can actually head over to Wikipedia and watch this little animation and see each state join the Union and at which time point they did so. The order of this data is now kind of pretty important, because if we wanted a list of US states that are in the order that they joined the Union, then the order in which they're stored in our data structure is now also immensely important. And this is another thing that you get with lists. You can use a list to store many pieces of related data, but they also have an order, and the order is determined by the order in the list. So this is the first piece of data, this is the second piece of data, and when you store it inside the variable, that order is not lost, and you'll be able to use it later on when you need the list. Here's a list of states of America ordered by the date that they joined the Union. And you can see that if later on I decided that I wanted to know which was the state that joined first, then I can print this variable, States of America. I can add a set of square brackets, and then I type 0 as the index of the piece of data I want to pull out from my States of America list. So now if I go ahead and run this code, you can see it prints out Delaware. And if I keep increasing this number, you can see that it's going through my list in the order that it was saved. So you might be wondering, that's kind of weird that you typed 0 and you got Delaware, right? Surely Delaware should be the first item in the list. Well, this is a kind of peculiarity with computers and programming languages. You'll tend to find that programmers start counting from 0. So Delaware is at 0, Pennsylvania is at 1, New Jersey's at 2. And this idea might seem a little bit weird at first. Why is the first item at position 0? But if you think about that index number, that 0, 1, or 2, instead of being the position, actually being an offset or a shift from the start of the list. Well then, in this case, cherry is right at the beginning of the list, so it has a offset or a shift of 0. But apple is shifted from the beginning by 1, pear is shifted from the beginning by 2, and so on and so forth. Then it kind of makes more sense that the first item in the list is at the beginning of the list, so it has no offset, so it's 0. And you'll find that in many programming languages, there are similar data structures to lists, and this is how they're usually ordered, starting from 0 and then adding by 1. Now you can see that when you want to get hold of a particular piece of data stored inside a list, what you do is you get the name of the list, and then you add another set of square brackets. So whenever you see square brackets, you should be thinking to yourself, oh, this might be related to a list. Because when you create the list, you use square brackets, and when you try to get items out of the list, you also use square brackets. And then inside the square brackets is where you put the index or the offset of the item that you want. So if we want a New Jersey, it's offset from the beginning by 1, 2. So now this part of the code is equal to New Jersey. And we could, if we wanted to, save it into another variable, or we could simply print it as we did before. Now, in addition to using the positive index, so say 0, 1, 2, 3, you can also use a negative index. So if I wrote -1 or -2, then it actually starts counting from the end of the list. So if I wrote States of America, square brackets, -1 as the index, then I get Hawaii. -1 is the last item in the list, because you can't really have -0. That's not actually a real thing in maths. Now, as I continue and I go to -2, then that's Alaska, -3 will be Arizona, and so on and so forth. So you can have positive indices and negative indices. But so far, we've only been pulling things out of our list by using our square brackets and the index. But you can also change the items in the list using very similar code. For example, if I decided that Pennsylvania is actually not spelled Pennsylvania, and I wanted to change it to Pennsylvania, then I can simply write my code like this. I get hold of my list, And then using the square brackets, I get hold of the item at index 1, which is this one. And then I set it equal to a new piece of data. So now if I go ahead and print my States of America list, you'll see that the list looks a little bit different now. Instead of Pennsylvania, it's now Pennsylvania. So you can alter any item inside the list pretty easily using this kind of syntax. You could also add to the list if you wanted to. So for example, if you wanted to add an item at the end of the list, which is what happens most commonly, right? If you had a list of people who are queuing in your shop, then every subsequent person usually gets added to the end. If you have a new state that joined America, then it's probably going to be added after Hawaii. How do we do that? Well, we can write the name of the list, and then we use a function called append. And append will add a single item to the end of the list. So let's say that Angela Land is joining the United States of America. So now, once I've appended Angela Land to the end of my States of America list, and I print the States of America, you can see there it is added right at the end. Now there's actually a whole load of other functions that you can use in addition to append, and you'll find this on the documentation for Python. In addition to the append function that we saw just now, where we add an item to the end of the list, there's a whole load of other functions that you can use with lists. For example, you can use the extend, which adds a whole bunch of items to the end of the list. And in this case, what you're actually adding is going to be a list. So I would be creating the list using square brackets and then adding my items in here. And now what's happening is I'm extending this States of America list with this additional list. So now if we print the States of America, you can see that these two items that used to be inside the list have now been added to the previous list, and it's now extended it by two more items. But the important thing is you don't have to memorize these functions. That's the whole point of documentation and why we have Google, because there's too much information in the world for you to memorize, and it's a very inefficient way of learning. And if you tried to memorize every single method, it's not impossible, but it means that you don't have space in your brain for the important stuff, which is how things work. How do you actually use it to do what you want it to do? So what I recommend when you
Python
come across a new thing such as the list data structure is to just have a look through the documentation, read through it, and see what are the possible things you can do. And once you've got the idea of this is possible, then the next time when you need to use it inside your code, you'll know, I remember this is possible. And all you have to do is just be able to use Google to find the exact bit of the documentation and then implement it. Programming is kind of like an open book exam. You shouldn't need to memorize anything. You should spend your time trying things out and try to get things to work instead. Now that I've introduced you to this new data structure, the mighty list, it's time for a code exercise to see if you can use it in practice. So head over to the next. So the code challenge that you're about to do comes from a really interesting phenomenon that you might find in London. I live in London, and it's well known as a big financial district. So when you head over to the city or the financial area in London and you go into a restaurant, you might see a strange thing happen. You might see a whole bunch of people in suits who look very much like the financial banker types. At the time when they actually need to pay the bill, you see everybody pull out their business cards and put it into a bowl. So what's actually going on here? A friend of mine told me apparently there's this game that the rich banker types play where it's kind of like Russian roulette with the bill. So everybody puts their business card in, and the person's card who gets picked out has to pay for everybody's bill, which is kind of crazy, but then again, it's finance. So in today's code challenge, this is what we're going to replicate with code. Head over to the course resources and click on the coding exercise to bring it up. Now go ahead and fork your own copy of it so that you can make amendments. Now, the idea is that once you've completed the challenge, you should be able to type in a whole bunch of names as an input with a comma and a space separating each name, and then the code will pick a random name from the ones that you've given it and tell you who is going to buy the meal. Now, there's two lines of code here that you might not have seen before. Now, this is something called split, and this allows you to split a string into separate components based on some sort of divider. So in this case, notice how it says hello, comma, from, comma, as Python. Now, if we use the split on this string, then it will divide it up into a list and separate out all the words that are divided by this split character, which is the comma. Now, similarly over here, when we give the input, it's going to be in the format like this. Everybody's names separated by a comma and a space. So now, if we use the split on a comma and a space, then it will take out the comma and the space and it will put everything else as separate items inside a list. So what I recommend doing before you get started writing the actual code is to test it out. So print out what names actually looks like. So if we go ahead and run this code, and then we type a bunch of names separated by a comma, so Angela, comma, space, Ben, comma, space, Jenny, and then hit enter, then we hit the line where it prints
Gives me a
names.
list.
Now names, as you'll see, is now
A
a
list.
with all the names that I typed in. And while previously they were separated by a comma and a space, they are now all individual items in a list. The idea is that you've got all of these items inside a list. How can I pick a random one out of it using a random index based on the number of items in the list, which of course can change? And then how can I get a random name as the output and then print so and so is going to buy the meal today? So have a think about it.
What? They set depending on the current system time. Hey, honey. Up with the link and we're not allowed to use the choice function. Fine. How do I get a number of elements in? Plan? Oh, I see. How many people? How many numbers to? Work this right. Import random. Module random has no attribute random int. What did I do?
About it, have a pause, and then see if you can complete the challenge.
Rand int. What? How did I print it in the
Inside of what here, when we give it and code is equal to New Jersey.
A team to name square bracket A undefined. Int cool. And Steve. Fuck. Works. This. Mm. What? This index out of range. Okay. Print. Let go. But try to find string literal. Then put C. What? Why did this not work? Because I need to import random at the fucking beginning. Really fucking annoying. That. Expected. Actual. I'm not. Isn't it a literal random fucking generator? So how?
And we could, if we want, random index based on. So now that we've got the list as a starting point stored inside names, how can we go
Oh, it needs to print names. That's why.
about generating a random name? No, a item from the list by adding a set of square brackets and then a index number. So in this case, it should print the first item out of the list, which is going to be just the word Angela. And I can run this to prove this to you. You can see that names is a list of all the names Angela, James, Ben. Names at position 0 is Angela, the first item. Now, how can we get a random number to replace that number 0? Well, we could use our random generator. Let's go ahead and import the random module, and we can say random.randint, and then we can specify the start and end. So the start is probably going to be 0, because that's where we start counting with our lists. But what is the end? Well, the end should be the position of the last item. But how can we know that position? What is that x going to be? Well, what if we got hold of the number of items in the list? So do you remember how previously we learned about the len function? Well, the len function can be used to get the number of elements in a list or the number of characters in a string. And if you take a look at this Stack Overflow question, then you'll see it in action. All that we have to do to get hold of the number of items inside this names list is to write len parentheses, and then inside we put names, and now we can either store this or print this. Let's go ahead and first print what the value of this is going to be. Let's go ahead and comment out this line of code and then run our code and then give everybody's names separated by a comma, hit enter, and you can see that this line of code has printed 3. So the length of my names list is 3. So now that we've gotten hold of that, then we can probably use that number that comes from this len function inside our random generator, because we know that we can use this to get the total number of items in list. So in this case, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This last item is not at position 5 though, right? It's at position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we always need one less than the total number of items. And
That's
the
why.
range of random numbers we would want is num items
Minus one. Okay. That's what I fucked up with. Tom, Dick, Harry. Got it. That's what I needed. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Copy. Paste. Yep, that's what I was missing. Oh, it's good kitty chilling on my lap. Here, you have a eye bugger. Take that. Oh, yeah. Why am I so tired?
Now this line of code will
That's why I got that error that one time. It said it was out of range.
allow us to generate random numbers between 0 and the last index.
I don't know what I want to do right now. S6. It's almost 9 already. Shit. That is weird. Turn everything into puree. Milkshake. Put garlic on everything. You can taste garlic. There you go. One way of doing it. You'll have no vampires to worry about. Oh. I don't know what the fuck I want to do. I'm fucking bored about it. I don't feel like playing anything right now. Maybe I'll go eat something. I don't really watch all that many movies, to be honest. I need to catch up on a couple. Watch porn. Yeah, I don't know. Movies just don't. I don't watch that many of them because they don't keep my interest all that much. I don't know. Or I like watching movies with people. Like if I'm by myself, I don't really watch. Oh, with an unexpected turn. Sonic 2. I don't even know that was a movie. No, it was a video game on the Sega Genesis. I'll go see Doctor Strange, but there's a couple movies I need to catch up on first. Like um fuck. What are the movies that came up prior to it? I need to catch up on Spider-Man. I watched WandaVision. What's it called? Just Endgame, okay. Current phase is 4. I need to see Black Widow, I need to see Shang-Chi, I need to see the Eternals, I need to see Spider-Man. Seen WandaVision, saw Falcon and the Soldier, saw Loki, saw What If, not seen Hawkeye. I've not seen Moon Knight. Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man, No Way Home. Okay. So for Doctor Strange, that's all. Oh, based on the trailer. Wait, to present. What, have they been continuing to make What If episodes? Oh, because this is 9 episodes. Okay, never mind. Oh, okay, that's for second season. Isn't Eternals on Disney Plus too? I'd imagine it was. I figured Spider-Man would be on there. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Sony. Right. Fuck. That's some bullshit. D plus. It is. It is what? Yeah, true. I heard the new fucking um Doctor Strange is awesome. Yeah, I haven't been spoiled now. I don't know what's going on with it, so yeah, no, I haven't had spoilers on any of these. I'm just not as excited about the like I used to keep up with this so closely, but like this stuff I just haven't been as following as closely since phase 4. That's good. Get it on to YouTube. I don't know. I always you can buy movies on YouTube. I know you could on the Play Store. That's where I've gotten movies in the past. Probably the same thing. Yeah, exactly. What? Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special? What the fuck is that? It's worth more, or it's more worth on Amazon Prime Video. So higher quality. Oh, that's shitty. I got a yesterday it came in a Raspberry Pi Zero. I want to really learn how. That's part of the reason why I'm learning how to write Python. I want to start playing with like how to make like my own like devices and shit. Yeah. Like there's some cool shit you can make, but like I can't find any current projects that are like easy, simple projects to begin with. And I need a soldering iron before I can do anything. Yeah, you can do that. All of the fucking screens for them are so expensive though. Like most of the projects, like the stuff is like $5, $10, and it's like a screen $70. And I was like, fuck that. What I really want to make is like a um what I think would be cool to make, but I don't know, like I don't know anything about cars, so I can't fucking do it. Is basically like a Raspberry Pi 4 powered like head unit. I do have spares monitors. But it's like, well, they usually I don't have anything that's touchscreen. But yeah, a little arcade machine would be pretty sweet. Let's see. Raspberry Pi touchscreen. So here's like the official one. Let's see how much that costs. Let's choose America. So yeah, $60 for like the 7-inch official one. And the other thing is like enclosing it. It's a pain in the ass because like I wish I had like a 3D printer and like knew how to use a 3D printer. Oh, here's a case for it. There we go. That's kind of cool. Like, how do you power that thing? It looks like it should be. Maybe I'll make something like that, and then it can be my smart home display. That'd be kind of sweet. It's kind of an expensive little project. Especially since Raspberry Pis are fucking impossible to get in touch with or a hold of right now. Oh shit, they restocked, but they're fucking expensive. They're supposed to be like $25, not $200. And it is aluminum case and whatever, but still, it has like all the parts to it. But I would maybe pay like a $80 for everything, not fucking 200. Yeah. Well, I have a Raspberry Pi already, and I bought a Raspberry Pi 2W. This past week I bought it for like $50 for, or like, so it was like 60 or $70 Canadian, so it turned out to be like $50. It was like the whole kit, which, because it's only supposed to be like a $15 thing, but it came with a case and the power supply and cables and a thing. So it was probably equally marked up, but it's like $50 total American. Oh, this one has 8 gig of RAM. See, I think that's actually new. Maybe that's why this one's so expensive. I think that they only came out in 4 gig of RAM before. Fucking ridiculous. These little tiny computers, 8 gig of RAM. But the Raspberry Pi Zero, I'm thinking about making it a like a security camera, a wireless security camera. Well, wireless in the sense that it's like it'll just plug in, but it's like it'll plug into a power supply. But wireless in the sense that I don't have to hook it up to the network. The fuck is a Pi Zero? Okay, it's just the same thing, but not wireless. Okay. Wireless kits be expensive? No, no, no. It comes the Raspberry Pi Zero 2W is what I bought, and that's what I got for about $50 American. Is what I paid for it, so. Oh, yeah, well, so yeah, the kits are no, no, no. That's why I want to turn this one into it. So for, let's see, Raspberry Pi camera module itself. Raspberry Pi camera module. $25 for the camera module, and I just gotta need to get a case that supports it. Oh, I need a special cable apparently. Shit. Whatever. 50. Yeah, I really have no use for it, but like I think it would be cool to make. Yeah, exactly. Capable of 1080p 30 frames per second or 720 frames or 720 60 frames per second or 480 at 90 frames per second. Smooth ass pixels at 480. I don't know what my Raspberry Pi 4 is. Right now I have it set up as like I have all these little parts that can make it a KVM switch apparently. Like so it hooks up with a special thing. Steve from Minecraft on my door. Wait, it's just the mailman. So I can hook it up to like most computers as long as it supports the driver for the keyboard and mouse. Unfortunately, my servers do not. My Proxmox server does not. And it acts as if it's a USB device, so it can be a keyboard and mouse. And I take the display output of the computer and plug it into a capture card, and then plug it into USB onto the Raspberry Pi, and then I can go to the web and or not onto the web, but onto to the IP address of the Raspberry Pi, and it lets me see what's on the screen, and then it has a keyboard and mouse. It's kind of cool. I was hoping it'd work for the servers though. It doesn't, so that's kind of a pain in the ass. And it's a giant bundle of fucking cables. There's some people that have made like hats that go on them. That's what I want to really learn is like the how to learn how to use the GPIO pins. There's like the general input output pins or whatever, so you can like solder shit onto it and whatnot. But like I said, I need a soldering iron first, and I need something to steady my fucking shaky ass hands. Yeah, like if I could solder something small, which even if I could solder, I wouldn't be able to solder something fucking as tiny as I need to. I could fix one of my microphones that broke. So one of the solder joints got loose and broke off, so um the monitoring on it doesn't work anymore. I can see exactly, I opened it up and found exactly where it fucking broke. But nobody I know has a soldering iron that has that small of a tip or feels comfortable trying to solder something that small. Yeah, my hands would not be able to handle it. Like I could barely sometimes build computers because my fucking hands are so shaky. Go to a doctor, exactly. Awesome. So do this microphone. Exactly. I wish I did. That's the one thing. Like I do like they gave me like what's it called? Like clonazepam supposedly to try to like because they didn't want to put me on beta blockers 'cause my heart rate is low. So or not my heart rate, my blood pressure is low, so if I took it it would just like make me like get dizzy every time I stood up. They gave me like clonazepam to try to stop the shaking a bit, but it doesn't really work all that much. And I just get tired and sleep. It's just a genetic called familial tremor. Mm, what practice? What having steady hands? It doesn't really work. I mean, it's just a tremor. Like it's not really something you practice. When I was in like elementary school, they had like they tried. Basically, they would like I'd have to use this like big giant weighted ass pencil, and like they tried like making like my I don't know my finger stronger. I don't fucking know what the fuck the whole point of it was, but it didn't work. And then I read up on like some research article. I was talking to an occupational therapist, and she's like, "Yeah, that was like they used to do that for people, and then but like research showed it didn't work at all." And I was like, "Yeah, I could have fucking told you that." Ah, shit. Like warm weather's supposed to be coming. But usually I'd be like, yay, good, but it gets fucking hot in my apartment and the landlord still hasn't fixed my goddamn air conditioner. All these goddamn electronics in here make my place heat up like crazy fast. All these computers I run that sit here, some of them not doing much for most of the time. I wish I had fucking video cards. Video cards weren't crazy expensive. I'd just fucking mine it. Oh, that's what I have. I have all the windows open. Alright. I'm gonna go eat something and fucking. And I love that my electric bill still is like $20 because I still haven't checked the meter. They're gonna check it one day and I'm gonna get like a fucking $5,000 bill. I'll be so pissed. I need to move out before then. Alright, I'm gonna go eat something and chill for a while. I'll catch you later. Yeah, I'm trying just gonna have cereal or something quick.